So I don't know about you, but I have always wanted to have God just speak to me, like audibly. Like I'm sitting here with a friend over coffee and I just hear God tell me what I need to do or what I don't need to do. And there are people that they have that kind of connection with God, whether they would say it's an audible thing, a vibe, a feeling, a thought in their head. There are a lot of different ways people say that they hear from God, but that's something that I always wanted growing up. And part of the key of me getting there, which I wouldn't say it happens like regularly that I'm like, oh, this is God talking to me. But there are moments where I'm like, oh, this is this is God talking in my head. Like this is a God thing that I need to do and listen and obey kind of stuff. But what got me there is realizing that I am never going to hear God's voice if I don't slow down and start to listen. Especially listen to him in the ways he's already given me. It's kind of like a parable of the talents kind of thing, where if I am not slowing down enough and reading my Bible and listening to God in the ways that he's already given me, in the basics, in the this is just what I want you to know and hear to begin with. If I'm not doing that, then why is he going to spend the effort in giving me more information or more direction on how I want to live my life? And God is not a curmudgeon. Like, it's not like because I'm failing, he's absolutely cutting me off or anything like that. He gives grace. And so I am not good all the time at reading my Bible and listening in those ways. So sometimes he does need to nudge me in other ways. But if we aren't developing the practice of slowing down and listening to God in our Bible regularly, it will be substantially harder to hear him when we're busy and distracted. So the practice of slowing down and understanding who God is and hearing his voice in quiet, still moments makes it easier for us when daily life is happening to hear him and know that it is God directing us in those moments. So if you haven't dedicated some time every day to just slowing down and spending it with God so that you start to understand who he is, how he talks, what he says, and just understanding his spirit, I challenge you to do that, or maybe take another step in developing that space, whether it might be a little bit more time. Maybe it's one day where you're a little bit more dedicated in understanding what God wants in your life and wants you to be. But starting to develop some of those habits and practices so that when life does get busy, it's easier for you to hear him in the chaos.